अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है, अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा.
One thing after another, until that thought becomes a belief, it becomes a conviction in his mind and heart. And the reality is sometimes and many times got no basis. But now he is so convinced about it, that no matter what somebody tries to convince him otherwise, that just further convinces him about what he's thinking. And this becomes such a deep thing in his heart that he can't let go of it. This becomes the reality for him. Therefore in the Hadith Sharif, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, إِيَّاكَ وَالظَّنَّ فَإِنَّ الظَّنَّ أَكْذَبُ الْحَدِيثِ. Beware of these suspicions. This is the worst lie. Got no feet to stand on, but it's a lie because it's in the mind, something that is now running, and a person becomes convinced about it, and there is nothing behind it. And this is one of the chief weapons of shaitan. This is a seed. He plants the seed. It is this seed that then leads to hasad, for example. We started off with a bad thought, with suspicions. This person has evil intentions about. He read his intentions. He read his mind, he read his heart. What he read? But he's convinced. This person got some evil intentions about me. This person wants to see my downfall. This person wants to see me in some trouble and problem. This person is plotting and planning against me. This person is weak. And sometimes, let alone some other stranger, this wasawis will come about, near and dear ones, the person will start having waswasas and doubts and some ill thoughts about his own parents, sometimes the parents against their own children, siblings against one another. Immediate families start doubting one another to the point where then families are split, marriages break, what not happens. But shaitan plants this one seed. There's a seed he plants. And then he keeps watering it. And then everything, no matter how innocent it is, but when a person has put on a certain color spectacles, he's wearing green glasses, then every white thing also looks green to him. And he puts on red glasses, and every white thing and every green thing also looks red to him. Now he is looking at everything with the eye of suspicion. That I got suspicion on the person. And now everything is looked at with that suspicion, and this adds further fuel to what he has put in his mind. So now every word, every action, every reaction, all this becomes support for him. And then where not it leads to. Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi has mentioned one incident. Now the incident is how sometimes shaitan uses now shayateen ul ins and jinn to try and make a person get involved in the suspicion. But then that suspicion where it leads to. This is one person was selling a slave. Like that zamana they had slaves also. So people would buy and sell slaves. The person was selling a slave. So now, like in the marketplace now, that people come and sell whatever they want to sell. So people just come and sell the slaves in the marketplace. So the person is standing there and he is explaining now. Anybody comes, yes, I'm selling the slave. And he's explaining this person's got one fault in him also. He's a very good worker. He can do this, that, very skilled, everything. But he's got one problem, one fault. Because if there's a fault, then the responsibility on the seller is to make it known. Otherwise it's a deception. So in any case, he was giving that fault and making it known that this person has a problem. He carries tales, makes up stories, and causes problems sometimes. One person came, he heard about all his skills and this and that. Okay, don't worry about this. This is a secondary thing, is a minor issue. We'll get past this. So he bought the slave. He didn't pay attention to that fault that was being explained. So he brought him and came. Now this couple had no children of their own. So now this was a young, like a person growing up in their house now. So they started showing him all the kindness and the compassion. But he started looking around, this is a big empire here. And these people got no children also. So now I need to make a plan now to take this over for myself. So now this started playing in his mind now, how to grab all this. So one day, he told the wife, he said, look, your husband now he is just putting a pretense in front of you that he has a lot of love for you and care for you. He is involved with somebody else. And it's not going to be long before maybe he might even just get rid of you, divorce you. So now this just turned the whole world upside down. But now she, for some reason now, can't even get to the husband to ask him, what's the problem? So first he let this play, and then he said, look, I see you're very concerned, but don't worry. I know somebody who's a very, very good amil, and he can make a wonderful tawiz. Now this is also another whole topic on its own. There are people who are very authentic, and there are more than the authentic people, a very big majority of those who are not. There's another topic. But in any case, he said, look, he can make one very good tawiz. And as soon as that tawiz is used, everything will come right. This is the magic that everybody promises. There's no such magic anywhere. The most important thing is to turn to Allah Ta'ala and to engage in the masnoon a'mal. And among the things to engage most for all the issues is taqwa and dua. The realities are there, the problems are there, there's no denial of any of the reality, but the most important thing is turning to Allah Ta'ala, obedience of Allah Ta'ala, taqwa, getting away from all sin, and a lot of dua. So in any case, he said, no, this taweez you can make, but for the taweez what's necessary is that from under his beard you must take a few strands. Bring a few strands. Now from under his beard, you're going to go get a few strands. How does it happen? You know, when he's fast asleep, here there's a blade. Gave a blade also. Gave a blade. Under his beard, you take a few strands. That's what's required. Otherwise, how it won't work. One such person who used to take people for a ride, as they say, so used to give people taweez. He said, this is guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. But only one precondition for it to work. When you were using it, now whatever, give a long process of how to use it. When you're using it, only one thing, don't ever think about a monkey. Now who's even going to think about a monkey to start off with? And why would ever anybody think about a monkey? But that's insan's nature now. Because he was told, don't think about a monkey, without fail the thought of the monkey will come. So now already he said it's guaranteed 200% it works. But now after a while the person comes and says, I used it, but it didn't work. But did you think about a monkey? Say, well, how could I stop that? That was just coming on his own. Now, if he didn't tell him that, there was no chance he would have thought about a monkey, illa mashallah. But now that he said it, without fail it will come. So he is safe now. I told you this is the condition. What must I do? You think about a monkey now? Meanwhile his money already he took it. So this is a business, a very big business. We've got to be very, very careful. So in any case, he said, go and take those few strands under the beard. So now on the one side he prepared her for this. And at the same time he went and told her husband something else. He said, you know what, you thinking that your wife is so much devoted to you, she's up to some other drama on the other side. She is involved with somebody else. And if you think I'm lying, tonight you just pretend to be sleeping and watch, she might come tonight maybe to try and kill you. She might come to try and slit your throat. So now this person got a shock of his life. But now that night he just decided to now follow what was told. So he pretended to be sleeping. And now when he is pretending to be fast asleep, now he can sense that she is coming close by very, very silently. So he peeps to see she's got a blade in her hand. And she's walking very silently, tiptoeing and coming. And as she came nearer, he was alert now. He was waiting for something to happen. So he grabbed her with that blade in her hand, in that anger and that fury, he slit her throat. She didn't stop to think or ask what's going on, why you did this, what's your problem, what's making you do something like this. And neither she stopped to think anything. Now that bad zani, that su'u zan, this person planted in both hearts. He made him suspicious of her and made her suspicious of him. So now in that fury and rage, that you are trying to kill me, he killed her. But when he killed her, no sooner did the news reach her family, they didn't stop to ask any questions too. They came in a whole force and they killed him. Now where it started off from? This was the carrying tales, but then that became the means of planting the seed. Shaitan used that to plant the seed of suspicion. But then nobody takes the care and the time and the effort. So now just find out, okay, if something needs to be looked into because maybe my life is in danger, or something is a must. So now, find out what's going on. At least ask some questions first. At least double check. Already that becomes the conviction. That becomes the belief. Now one thing led to another, and we finished off. And now this was now obviously there would have been some retaliation after that as well. These people came and killed the husband. There must have been some other drama after that. There were these kind of wars that took place in the times of Jahiliyyah. The wars went for 100 years. Over some argument, over some sort. So in any case, this is Shaitan's manner of creating this discord, this disunity.
Allah Allah कैसा प्यारा नाम है आशिकों का मीना और जाम है